Our athlete is a 19-year-old male cricketer. He weighs 86.5 kilograms with 11.9% body fat. The cricketer is a member of the ECB fast bowling group and wants to play professionally. We will conduct a needs analysis to provide intervention techniques aiming to improve bowling performance and reduce the chance of injury. Sport-specific demands. Physical qualities necessary to play cricket are hand-eye coordination, quick reflexes, and speed. These qualities are vital to performing the key technical skills which are bowling, batting, throwing, and catching. We now turn our attention to the specific qualities required to be an effective fast bowler. Players need a strong upper and lower body to generate the forces required to throw the ball as fast as possible. This reduces the time the batsman has to perceive the ball and to decide on the type of shot to play. Fast bowlers must optimise technique to ensure speed and accuracy. They should also consider the seam and bounce of the ball to outsmart the batsman. These demands highlight the multifaceted nature of fast bowling in cricket and explores the comprehensive skill set required for success. In response to the information presented, the key performance indicators we will focus on are fitness, strength, and agility. Measurement tools and techniques. Firstly, 2D motion analysis is used in biomechanics and sports performance as it offers analysis of joint angles, body positions, and motion trajectories, helping us understand biomechanical principles and movement efficiency. 2D motion analysis camera is set up using a Vicon system on the right of the bowling strip to capture movement in the sagittal plane. The camera is set up in line with the wickets to capture the run-up and ball release phase of the bowl, similar to the method explained in Manawatu 2023. We expect to see video data produced by the camera which can be broken down into still shots, analysed and compared to optimal technique. Secondly, we can use the counter movement jump to assess the athlete's power. A study on anthropometric measures by Scott et al. In 2023 used the counter movement jump as a method of analysis. Here, cricketers were instructed to stand with their hands on their hips and jump as high as they can, as they normally would, from a stationary standing position. 3 jumps were performed by each cricketer with 1 minute separating each jump. The highest jump was recorded for analysis. However, there is a suboptimal technique may not perform maximally, so underestimations can occur. Thirdly, the yo-yo test, like in Scott et al. 2023, is used to assess endurance capacity. A 20-metre work zone and a 5-minute recover zone is set up using cones. The participants should be fitted with a heart rate monitor. Once the test begins, they should follow the audible beeps set out by the speaker, where the speed increases. The test ends when the cricketer fails to complete 2 individual shuttles in the required time. Whilst the rapid changes in direction attributed with cricket, the surface may affect results as indoor conditions are non-comparable to outdoors. Finally, we will take 7 skin fold measurements to estimate subcutaneous fat levels. The calipers will slowly squeeze on the pinched skin and be held for 2 seconds before reading. If the difference between reads is 2 mm or more, a third measure will be taken. Key findings and results. Firstly, let's compare a model technique. To ensure clarity when comparing athlete X to a perfect technique, we'll break down and use the analysis provided by Ranson et al. 2008. As you can see in photo A, the back foot comes into contact with the floor. This starts the fast bowling action. Here, only minor differences in the angle of the arm in relation to the torso can be seen. The second phase begins when the back foot is flat against the floor, photo B. Changes can be seen possibly due to the physiological differences between athlete X and the model. Photo C shows the minimum shoulder angle. Again, not much difference. Photos D and E explore the final stages of the bowling action. Firstly, the lower limbs during the front foot contact stage look the same, but variation occurs in relation to the head position of athlete X. The front foot is flat and the ball gets released in photo E. The difference in head position seems to have a knock-on effect as the shoulder angle is less steep on ball release. The final picture in the slide is from Worthington et al.'s 2013 paper. In the picture we see a straight front leg, a large amount of trunk flexion and a delay of the bowling arm in relation to the torso, meaning the bowling arm is behind the line made by the back of the head. This is optimal for increased ball release speed. Body composition. When looking at body mass, Pote et al.'s systematic review from 2023 and Cullen et al.'s 2022 review into anthropometric measures in elite sport determine a fast bowler should weigh around 83.5 kilograms. Therefore, our athlete is 3 kilograms too heavy. Stoyalkin, Pike, and Sinclair in 2008 found the average fat mass for senior bowlers was 8.3 kilograms. Pote et al. Determined average body fat was 11.3%, and Cullen et al. Determined the mean sum of 7 skin fold size should be 70.6 millimeters. Whilst all these measures correlate to weight distribution, they struggle to allude to a unifying measure. Only when considering these parts together does a clearer picture emerge. Athlete X has 10.3 kilograms of fat mass from 11.9% body fat. Compared to normative data, this is higher than necessary. The sum of 7 skin folds for Athlete X is 85 millimeters, which is higher than the literature review mean. Strength symmetry. As described previously, optimal performance requires a combination of strength, power, agility, and coordination. By ensuring strength is similar between the right and left sides of the body, Athlete X can reach their full potential. Before we dive into the data, we must consider the results are interpretations of the data provided by the isokinetic dynamometer and provide one perspective to a bigger problem. Peak isometric quad and hamstring torques vary between each leg. During flexion, the right leg appeared to be stronger. However, in the extension phase, the left leg was the strongest, whereas at 40, 50, and 60 degrees, it was weaker, and at 70, 80 degrees, the left leg was stronger. Power and agility. Herridge, Turner, and Bishop in 2020 detailed specific measurements to assess power, speed, and agility. In the off-season, they found that a mean counter-movement jump was 44 centimeters, the same number as reached by the athlete. Compared to the ECB minimum standards, this is good. The same paper determined that at the end of an off-season period, an individual should reach level 18.59 or 1900 meters. The athlete covered 2,190 meters in the yo-yo test. However, compared to the ECB minimum standards, this is average. Therefore, Athlete X fits into the average to good band. Conclusions and recommendations. Athlete X must consider improving their technique. Weight loss will benefit not only the counter movement, jump, and yo-yo scores due to an increased power-weight ratio, but bowling technique may change and become more efficient due to physiological changes. Finally, making Athlete X's strength more symmetrical will improve functional capacity and reduce the likelihood of overuse injuries. The 6-week intervention period gets Athlete X ready for the new season. This means they can go for a spot in the county and then progress from there. The 3 goals for our intervention are improve ball release speed, reduce body fat percentage, and develop leg strength. The main goal of our intervention is to be ready for the start of the cricket season. This will be achieved by increasing ball release speed, as determined through motion analysis, and losing 3 kilograms of body fat. The intervention has been periodized into 3 training blocks. Block 1 ensures familiarization with the movements and routine. Block 2 will focus on developing strength within the phases of the target movement. Block 3 will tie in everything previously learned with the pursuit of speed and optimal technique. To achieve these goals, a mixture of resistance, aerobic, and technical training is required. Resistance training sessions will take place in the gym for 1 hour, 2 times a week, and is designed to target the whole body, more specifically the lower limbs, as well as single leg variations to target stability and strength asymmetry. 2 sessions a week will allow for adequate progression and recovery. Aerobic training will take place outside to be similar to real conditions and focus on agility with a range of continuous and varied exercises designed to elicit fatigue. Technical training will occur in the nets and focus on breaking down technique and increasing bowling speed. By the end of the intervention, the bowler should have an increased ball release speed, more strength symmetry, and an increased counter movement jump height. We will conduct testing at the start of week 1, 3, and 6. The tests conducted have been chosen to be relatively quick and easy to conduct. This reduces the chances of boredom and ensures significant results. For objective markers of fatigue during each session, the athlete will be asked their RPE and the heart rate data will be recorded using a heart rate monitor. On testing days, we will take specific measures to evaluate progression. Firstly, anthropometric measures will be taken, ensuring body mass is noted down. Next, the sum of 7 Skinfold sites will be calculated. For technique, we will use 2D motion analysis using a camera. This allows us to break down the technique on a frame-by-frame basis to determine joint angles and ball release speed. For strength, we will employ the counter-movement jump, ensuring a minimum of 2 jumps are done before collecting the mean. For agility, we will use the yo-yo test. Positive progressions are based on increased ball release speed, increased counter-movement jump height, increased yo-yo distance, and reduced Skinfold totals. All tests will be compared to the baseline data. Working as a multidisciplinary team. Wider issues unrelated to biomechanical principles indicate the athlete puts pressure on himself to perform and has begun to doubt his ability. I recommend supporting this biomechanical intervention with psychological training so the athlete can learn coping strategies. An initial block of teaching and learning should be employed to give the athlete the skills they need to thrive and go professional. Finally, Athlete X should engage with the team nutritionist to further their knowledge around food and calories.